Right in back into the KUAM News Zoom room, room 3 here, where Hospital Administrator Lillian Posadas is standing by for our hospital update. Good morning, Lillian. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good morning. Good morning, Guam. Good morning, everybody.
And just tell us, I guess we'll just get right into it. The COVID census, the Guam Memorial Hospital, the numbers, Lillian?
It's high. We are at 78.
Oh my good.
We have 78 individuals in the house with COVID infection. And of those 78, 16 of them are at the ICU level of care. And of the 16, 5 of them are on ventilator support. So, and at the CIF, the COVID isolation facility in Barragata Heights, there are now 12 individuals with COVID positive that have transitioned, are recovering and recovering well. And so they're there now at the CIF, 12 of them.
Oh, yeah.
78.
Yes.
That's an all-time high, and we've hit an all-time high the last.
All-time
Yeah.
high. We've never seen this number.
How's the staff dealing with that, Lillian? Are there challenges with you having to move beds, personnel?
I know you talked
Wait,
about CARES 5.
Right. Care 5 is the ICU, but yes, the staff are tired and, but they continue to just, with the fight. We have to, the patients keep coming in, so we have to take care of them. Care 5, that's our ICU, CCU unit. It's a 14-bed capacity. Right now, I'm trying to figure how many we have. I think we have 14 in there already, so it's at max.
Wow.
It's at the max capacity.
So, where are you putting everybody? I mean, are you still trying to find? Are you guys using storage closets at this point? It's a lot. No, it's.
Yes, we are using whatever bed that we put these patients. We're still using the Care 1, which is an overflow between ICU and ER. So we're using that. We're using the Care 3, which is up on the 4th floor. That's at 17-bed capacity. We're using the 3rd floor telemetry. It can go up as high as 24. So we're using practically. We're even looking now to see if we can move all the non-COVID patients here over to the CIF in that one area, and just of course put barriers to protect and separate the COVID and the non-COVID. Use that for overflow of non-COVID, so we can then open up an additional area, an additional floor for COVID.
How many non-COVIDs are there?
What's that?
How many non-COVID patients are there?
Hold on, because our census is at 184 this morning, and so minus the 78, that's about 116 non-COVID patients, and that counts for that includes the labor and delivery, the MCH labor and delivery who are here, and then also the nursery. So that's all who are here in the hospital. 184 is what we have.
I remember looking at your website, and what was the capacity on the website, Bree?
It's like 62, I think, for acute care beds that were, I want to say certified or something like that. Remember we talked about that
Yeah.
a couple weeks ago.
We're certified for acute care beds by CMS at 161, but that doesn't include the capacity of nursery, because they're not considered acute care. It doesn't include the space that we use in labor and delivery, because it's considered an outpatient area. So yes, we're certified for 161 beds, but our census is 184, because the census, we're counting the newborn babies, those in the NICU, and the labor and delivery women. We count them as part of our census, although the beds they occupy are not counted in that 161 bed capacity. So that's why we're over that number.
Wow. Lillian, just a couple of things. We had a comment here wondering about the hospital tents, and then I also wanted to ask about the morgue capacity as the deaths keep coming. I know that you told us that reefer container that they constructed back by the ME was during the first wave that you're already using that. So where are we on those two issues, the hospital tents and the morgue capacity?
Yeah. The morgue, we do fill up, and so the funeral homes are working with us and their families, with all the arrangements for the funeral services. So once those arrangements are complete, the funeral homes come pick up the expired bodies for, to make sure that they provide the dignified and respectful funeral services. So yes, it's kind of like when they free up the space, more come in. The reefer, we have been using it since the second wave. Yesterday, let me find out today, but there were about 13 expired bodies in that reefer, and it has a capacity of 17.
Like,
So
Lillian, this is a grave situation. I mean, every medical professional we've had on the show this morning is talking about people not taking this serious. They're talking about the numbers are not coming down. In fact, they're getting worse. Look at the
yeah.
hospitalizations. So before we
It's a
let
very
you,
serious
yeah, got to ask you.
I don't know.
You just
I
your
don't
message
know
to the
how
people.
else- I don't know how else to get the message across to the people and, realize this is very serious. I mean, those who've had experience of their loved ones being in the hospital for COVID and those who have lost their loved ones, they know that, they truly understand it, but those who don't perhaps are just not getting it or not fully realizing the seriousness of this, of this case, of the situation. And so, people are people. They do what they want to do, even though we try and tell them, what really is best and what can help the community. We just have to continue repeating it and telling people, wear your mask and, do the social distancing.
Lillian, I want to follow up on the non-COVIDs. You mentioned about the possibility of moving them over to the COVID isolation facility in Barragata Heights. How close are you guys to making that final decision that we're going to have to do this?
Yeah. Well, because that's an ongoing discussion, and it is a goal that we want to achieve. But right now, our FM people have been working on retrofitting the rehab, first floor rehab, so we can move the pediatric patients down because it gives them more. We have more bed capacity, especially in anticipation of the flu season. And we are seeing more and more pediatric patients come into the hospital needing hospitalization. So that's what we've been doing since a week ago, is getting that rehab area, retrofitted for the pediatric patients. And so that's, we can only do movements of patients, one at a time.
Yeah.
We just don't have all the resources to move everybody all at one time. And so once we clear that fourth floor where the pediatrics is right now, that opens up more beds, in the surgical floor. And yes, we want to move the non-COVID patients over to the SIF. So it's going to take a while to really figure out all the challenges plus the staffing. Because we're going to be splitting staffing, for the non-COVID areas, and we want to try. And at the same time, making sure that, everything is all set there at the SIF. So it's a daily challenge, daily discussion, daily walkthroughs to see, what we need to do.
So then Chris asked about the tents. Are we going to be seeing tents going up soon?
Well, we do have a warrior tent in front of the ER. We're using that, but we're thinking that perhaps a Blue Met tent may be better. And so we're in discussion with the governor's office. We're in discussion with the Office of Civil Defense to replace that warrior tent with a Blue Met tent. We may even have to put a Blue Met tent in the front of our parking if we really need to just have more bed capacity. So those are all ongoing discussions, looking ahead. If the numbers continue to rise, we definitely need to make sure we have, more bed capacity.
Right. Lillian, I know we tried to say bye 5 questions back, but just before you go, any more staff have been affected with the virus since the last time we spoke?
We have. And, really the ones that are the recent ones, we had, I believe, 14 more after October 14. 14 additional staff tested positive. A majority of them are not testing positive because of the exposure here, because some of them are not in direct interaction with COVID patients. So they're getting it from the home,
Right.
from the community.
Yeah. Thank you, Lillian.
Thanks, Lillian.
God bless you.
Oh, Halloween. You
Oh,
guys
yeah.
usually do the candy scanning. That's not going to happen, right?
We're not going to
Yeah,
do that
yeah,
now.
I can
It's
figure
not at all practical
Just stay
at
home.
this time.
Right. You
Just
want-
wanted to make sure we got the final word that that's
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
not happening.
We're not going to do that. Yes.
Yeah.
Just stay home, right, Lillian?
Stay home.
Yep.
That's
Like,
right.
This is what my grandma used to do. Here's your candy right here. There. You want candy? It's right there. Get two. Thank you, Lillian.
All right. Take care.
That's
Take
the-
care.
okay.
Wait, Lillian, we made the lobster mac and cheese.
Oh yeah. Grab some lobster mac and cheese. I know you guys are
Oh,
overwhelmed.
you have the lobster mac and
Yeah,
cheese?
there's
Oh,
a whole
that's my
box for you
favorite.
there. You got it.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Lillian. Esther.
Bye, Lillian.
Okay. Bye.
Bye.
God bless you. 926.
Oh, boy.
Damn humans. Tell you. Let's keep it in the KUAM News Zoom room. Bree, this is crazy. 78 hospitalizations, 16 ICU level care. Was it 5 or 6 on the
5
ventilator?
ventilators, 12 at the COVID isolation facility.
Right. And then we had the 3 deaths late last night. We're continuing
Well,
to
announced last night.
announced last night, right? And we continue to see not just high numbers, but a high test positivity rate.